Ho, ho, ho. Hi, hi, hi.
Hi.
And welcome to My Roman Empire, a new podcast from us, your Roman Empires, your awkward prods, Joseph Martin.
And Linus Carp. This is our brand new show. We're so excited to finally have a podcast, and we're going to be talking to some of our favorite people in the world of pop culture and beyond. People we love, people whose work has inspired us, people we want to know more about. And we are going to talk to them about the pop culture moments that they're obsessed with. The ones that live rent-free in their minds, i.e. their Roman empires.
Yes, we have some excellent guests lined up for our first full series dropping early next year, so 2026. But we thought we'd warm you up for the festive season with a few early episodes. So the next two will have guests, but tonight it's just us. In the words of RuPaul, it's just family, talking about some of our Christmas-themed Roman empires. But who are we, Linus?
Well, we are Awkward Prods, and we make stupid, queer, silly, joyous, queer, pop culture themed
That's queer.
theatre and comedy that's queer. And we live for pop culture. The shows we've got going on are Diana, the Untold and Untrue Story, Gwyneth Goes Skiing, about the Gwyneth Paltrow ski trial, and our latest show that is playing right now in London, if you're listening to this as it's coming out.
Yes, called The Fit Prince, who gets switched on the square in the Frosty Castle the night before, insert public holiday here. It's running until January the 3rd, 2026. So if you are listening past that, sorry, you have missed that run. But who knows when you are listening to this? It will probably be in the middle of a simultaneous sellout West End and Broadway run.
I would assume so.
I can only assume so.
It has music by Leland, it has video appearances by many amazing people, including Swedish pop star Tove Lo.
Yes,
who I love.
And star of The Night Before Christmas, Josh Whitehouse.
Well, that's a spoiler. We'll get to that later.
But yes, so we today, when it's just the two of us, we are celebrating our top 5 Christmas films and songs. The good, the bad, the questionable. So settle in, grab your mulled wine, and in the words of the Cheeky Girls, is have a cheeky Christmas. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. Wow.
We're going to start with films. We are going to list our top 5 Christmas films. This has been very difficult to decide because we do love tacky, is that a harsh word? I would say ridiculous, joyous Netflix and Hallmark films.
Yes.
We're going to count this down. Start by number 5, count up to our winner at number 1, which is crowned as the best Christmas film ever made.
Canonically.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I'm sure everyone will agree.
And I feel like we're already stretching the rules that we've just laid out by our number 5 because it's not one.
No.
It is a trilogy.
It is Christmas trilogy. In 5th place, we have got A Christmas Prince
on Netflix. So you can see A Christmas Prince, the original, which was released in 2017. The follow-up, A Christmas Prince, The Royal Wedding, 2018. And then finally, A Christmas Prince, The Royal Baby in 2019.
So, needless to say, when we discuss these films, there will be spoilers. I mean, just talking about that the second film is called The Royal Wedding and the third one is called The Royal Baby probably gives an idea of where the storyline goes. But I don't feel predictability is kind of the strength of many of these films.
Yeah,
anyway.
I don't think you're going to watch these because you're excited for the twists and turns and things you weren't expecting to happen. So these films, who do they star?
So, Rose McIver and Ben Lamb. Alice Krieg is she's Queen Helena and she's fantastic.
So good.
It follows this young woman who is a journalist, and she is
Amber.
Yeah, Amber, who is sent to Aldovia, the fictional country Aldovia, to look into this playboy prince who is about to become king, but it looks like he's about to...
Exactly, it looks like he's going to abdicate. It looks like he's not going to take the crown.
He's not very keen
and it has
on
to be done by
becoming...
Christmas.
So she's sent there as a journalist, but ends up inside the castle and accidentally is told to be the tutor for the young princess. And...
hilarity ensues, of course.
Maybe love. Who knows?
I mean, so there's a lot of things that I love about this film, and I think when we were creating our show, The Fit Prince, which is a send up of these kind of Netflix and Hallmark movies, we watched a lot of these kind of films to get those tropes, those stereotypes, those things that we love.
I'm now realizing that maybe by listing all these films and giving these details, we are kind of showing people how much we have stolen.
No,
they're not going to be impressed by our show anymore.
We're inspired, but also if for people who have seen our show or come and see our show, that is why we wrote that show, because we genuinely love these films. And so you watch these kind of films because you know the tropes that are going to happen. So I don't think anyone who sees The Fit Prince is going to be like, I didn't realize they got that idea from that movie. They're all one and the same. Oh my God. One of my favorite things I think has ever happened in any film ever happens very near the beginning of the second film. So, as we've discussed, spoilers abound. But Amber's the lead woman. Her dad is called Rudy. He runs a diner back home in somewhere in America. And at the top of the second film, when Amber has decided to live in Aldovia with the prince and et cetera, get married, she brings Rudy, her dad, out to visit her. Now, the actor that plays Rudy is an entirely different actor to the one who played him in the first film. And I want to know what the tea is with that, like why he didn't come back. The way that they handled this change, rather than just like not addressing it, Rudy lands at the airport and walks out with Amber, talking to him so that like it's clear that it's her dad. And he walks out and he goes, the air, it's wonderful. I feel like a whole new man. And it's the biggest wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And for a long time when we were making the Fit Prince show, I really wanted to do that joke. I wanted to replace an actor halfway through the show with a completely different person and just be like, oh yeah, this is who it is. So that is our number 5. That is the Christmas Prince trilogy. So we've given you 3. It feels fair that we go back to our rule of perhaps one movie.
We don't have any rules. In 4th place, another banger, obviously.
Camp Spectacular.
It's A Castle for Christmas.
Starring the one and only Brooke Shields. And she is serving every ounce of camp that she possibly can in this role. And I really admire the dedication she is giving in it. She understands the world in which she is inhabiting. She plays a famous author who's proven very unpopular with her latest book because she's killed off the romantic lead because she hated him. And she hates men, essentially, at this point. And you know what? Mood, Brooke Shields.
So the film opens with Sophie Brown, who is Brooke Shields, the author, going on
The Drew Barrymore Show. Like featuring Drew Barrymore as herself with a live studio audience.
And Drew Barrymore agrees with the audience, saying like how awful it is that she
killed him off.
The man in her book story. And Brooke Shields then sort of has a breakdown and starts shouting into the camera out of nowhere.
All the way, like all the different ways that she could have killed him. She really, really hated him and blah, blah, blah.
And that did not help her. So she has to basically flee the country. And where to go? Well, you go to Scotland.
Obviously.
She's got Scottish heritage. And she wants to visit the castle
that her grandfather lived in the grounds of.
Yeah.
Because the family worked there.
So she goes to Scotland. She gets a taxi driven by the Scottish taxi company, Tartan Taxis.
Obviously. As we all know, if you've ever been to Scotland, you'll know that is they have the monopoly. That's the only taxi service you can get.
Yeah, she spends a lot of time at the pub there. She gets friendly with the knitters.
Oh, yes, there's a group of knitters,
who are all super great and they're nice. And they have one gay guy knitter as well.
Oh, he doesn't speak.
And he doesn't speak.
Since the death of his husband.
Great to have queer representation and also like, oh, you talk about grief, I guess, but you don't give him a single word.
Yeah, but also, I'm sorry, casting a character who is gay and just shuts up could never be.
Groundbreaking.
Yeah. So she goes to visit this castle that her grandfather lived in the grounds of as a child and family worked in. And she meets the grumpy owner of the castle, who is
Miles, the 12th Duke of Dunbar.
He's a duke. And he lives in the castle, which is Dunbar. That's
and he's played by Carrie Elves, who has an interesting Scottish accent, we can say.
You mean he's not actually Scottish?
Well, I mean, I think he has Scottish heritage. And it's good at times, but I think it shifts a little bit. And I'm not one to criticize accent. I love an accent that changes.
There's a stunning moment where there's a scene with the Duke in the bath, which is already a great start, and he's watching the footage of Brooke Shields on the Drew Barrymore show having this breakdown. And his response to that is, and I quote, "Ooft." And it's the strong pronunciation on the F and T, which is... I'm so obsessed with it, and it's become part of our vocabulary, our shared vocab together since watching it, is we'll go, ooft.
And we also, so this beautiful castle that is Dunbar in the film.
Is actually in Scotland.
Yes. Dalmeny House is the castle that was used as Dunbar, the fictional castle, in the film. And when we performed at the Edinburgh Fringe in 2023, on our one day off that month,
we did what any sane person would do.
we took
went
a
to see the
day trip
castle.
to see the castle. So we went to see the castle where A Castle for Christmas was filmed. We saw Dun Dunbar live. It was construction going on at the time, so we didn't leave the public footpath.
Which obviously you wouldn't anyway because it's private land. So, stay on the public footpath. That's the right thing to do.
But we stood there, admired the castle, took some photos for quite a while. I mean, not for a long, long time.
5 minutes maybe?
Well, maybe 10. But then the landlady
Yes.
came out, shouted at us, like, what are you doing here? This is private property. This is a building site. It's not
construction site, it's
safe
not
for you
safe,
to be here. And we're like, well, we're on the public footpath, like 50 meters away.
Sorry, babe, you put your house in a Netflix film. We're
Yeah.
obviously going to come and look at it. So
And I
shout
think-
out to that diva who was not having a good day.
No, indeed, shout out to her. And I mean, I think
A
that's
literal
just like,
shout out to her.
yeah, that just like furthered the experience so much. Like, I feel like that made it so unique and
Yeah,
memorable.
there's a
Like,
grumpy duke in the film, and there's a grumpy woman that we encounter.
not just grumpy, aggressive, like full on anger there. And I think that just like, very memorable trip. And I think that makes the film even more special to us as well.
And there's a very clear path in this film, as there is with all of these kind of movies, where the person, it's like the couple who are clearly going to fall in love, even though they hate each other at the beginning. Like the Duke is so grumpy and hates everything, and Brooke Shields runs away from him when he's giving her a private tour of the castle to go and find this etching on the inside of a door frame that her grandfather left and told them about in stories. And she finds it, she takes a photo of it, sends it to her daughter, and then the Duke finds her, sees what she's done. She tells the story, but then they have a falling out later because she wants to buy the castle because the castle is failing and has no money, etc. He doesn't want to sell it to her. And
He says he will sell it to her if she lives there.
until past Christmas.
And, well, obviously. And he puts her up in like one of the tower rooms that has no heating and nothing. And it's kind of like torture. Like if a man did that to me, there's no way I would ever fall in love with him later on.
Absolutely not. The guy's a
But
douchebag.
maybe there's some kind of like Stockholm syndrome going on.
But then they have this falling out, and he sands off the etching of her grandfather's name.
Yeah.
Which is like the most heartbreaking thing. You just didn't write. You gave me no response to that, Linus Karp, and that is one of the most heartbreaking moments in movie history.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I was in tears. But it is, I mean, it's great. And I think like Brooke Shields shines and is very aware of what film she is in, which always helps. And it's just great. But I mean, worth saying again, this film was also met with quite positive reviews for what it is.
She's giving so much heart.
But
she
yeah,
really
it's a lot of
genuinely
heart
seems to
and
love
like
what she's doing.
charisma and charm from the leading actors.
Yeah.
However, the reviews were also mixed. Scottish newspaper, The National, they said, I'm going to quote them, they said that the main characters are obnoxious. The class politics are extremely dubious and the portrayal of rural village life incredibly patronizing.
I mean, I grew up in a village of 500 people, right? Like that was my upbringing. And I'm not saying that it was necessarily the same as the village in Castle for Christmas, but the idea that all of the villagers congregate in the pub and have like local village activities and care about each other, I don't think is patronizing. I don't agree with that. It's obviously giving like a rose-tinted glasses, Hallmark-esque version of that village.
Yeah.
But
And
I
I
don't
guess,
think it's
like,
fair to say it's patronizing.
No. And I guess if you're Scottish, maybe you feel more
Perhaps.
annoyed by the inaccuracies of it, or like, calling a taxi company tartan taxis and so on.
Oh my God, it was in this one that there's a cameo. Okay, so I'd completely forgotten this until we
how
started
could you?
recording it,
In the Princess Switch trilogy,
which we may or may not be coming on to.
characters called Mrs. Donatelli, or Diva, I love her, and Mr. DeLuca.
Who's also there.
Yeah, he's also great.
He's so good.
And there is this cutaway scene where they check
In a
into
castle for Christmas.
to the pub to stay in the village, and it's sort of set up. First time we saw it, it's almost set up like as they are the villains.
Yeah, the mysterious strangers who
Yeah.
come out of nowhere, and they're like, oh, just checking in for a little holiday, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
and like Mrs. Donatelli.
So you're like, oh, they're coming to buy the castle. Like they are going to steal the castle away from Brooke Shields. This is the twist. Do
But
we ever
no.
see them again? Nope, not important.
Third place.
We've broken the non-existent rules again.
But
it's another trilogy.
It makes sense to have 3 films at number 3, and trilogies are great, like Lord of the Rings films, best films ever made, which also kind of are Christmas films, I guess. But it's not them. It's not them. It's another trilogy, and we are also finally now meeting the Queen of Christmas, Vanessa Hudgens. In third place, it's the Princess Switch trilogy, which consists of the Princess Switch from 2018, the Princess Switch, Switched Again from 2020, and the Princess Switch 3, Romancing the Star.
2021.
I really love how The Princess Switch 3 has the number in it, but not The Princess Switch 2, which is just called The Princess Switch Switched Again.
Good point.
So it's really funny to then, like, on the third one, be like, oh, now we're going to introduce the number. And also call it Romancing the Star.
Yeah, exactly. To not do another reference to the fact that they've been switched. Romancing the Star. What does that mean? And we see, so in these films, we, as Linus says, meet the Queen of Christmas herself, Vanessa Hudgens. Vanessa appears in all of these films on multiple occasions as multiple characters, and is also a producer of these films. Like, she is serving Christmas cunt in an obscene amount.
She is so great, and she does a good performance, and she also makes it really clear who she's playing, and there are times when they start playing each other.
What do you mean?
Oh, yes. The Princess Switch stars two Vanessa Hudgens, the first film. So we have Vanessa Hudgens, Stacey DeNovo, who is a baker, who flies to Europe and fictional country of Montenaro for a baking competition that she hopes to win. She takes with her Kevin, who's very hot.
Who runs the bakery with her.
Yes, and his daughter. Kevin has sort of, it's hinted at, like, always had a crush on her, but it's not been reciprocated.
They're besties, you know. And she's like, oh, stop it, you. Like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I really just, we care so much about each other because we're such good friends.
And in Montenaro, who's also going to hand out the award, baking award of this competition, is Lady Margaret Delacourt, also played by Vanessa Hudgens, but with a British-esque accent.
I think it's quite good.
It is good, yeah.
It's unclear where in Britain she's from, but that doesn't really matter. It's RP.
It's also like, you know, a fictional country, so a fictional accent is perfectly fine.
This is true.
And she has rarely been seen. There are not really any photos of her, which seems like weird when you're actually a royal. Yeah. But she's very shy, even though she's as pretty as Vanessa Hudgens. But she, so people don't really know what she looks like. She is due to be married to Prince Edward, Prince of Belgravia. But she is
not Belgravia, London, its own separate Belgravia, which in this case is another fictional European country.
Exactly.
Yes,
obviously.
I'm
learning.
learning.
There are so many fictional European countries.
And so how do Vanessa and Vanessa bump into each other, literally?
So, Stacey Baker Vanessa bumps into Princess Vanessa backstage at the baking competition after Baker Vanessa stains her outfit.
Yes.
Well, it's not her, actually. It's the evil competitor who does it. But anyway.
She's irrelevant.
They meet up, and Lady Margaret Vanessa, Princess Vanessa, says that, oh, I would love to just be normal for a day, so can we please switch roles?
Can we please switch places because we look exactly the same, and isn't it amazing? So they have this wonderful montage where Vanessa learns to walk like the other Vanessa and talk like the other Vanessa and vice versa. And Princess Vanessa's PA, if you like, watches all of this and she facilitates it.
Mrs. Donatelli.
As the aforementioned Mrs. Donatelli, who you can
spot in a castle for Christmas.
And so they switch, and as you might imagine, the Princess Vanessa doesn't really know how to bake, so there's a scene where she tries to make breakfast for Kevin's daughter and fails miserably, and then because the reason that they switch is Princess Vanessa is like, oh, it's fine, my husband's going away for the weekend, so you literally won't have to do anything. So she's like, oh, like, you know, Chicago Vanessa's like, great, yeah, absolutely. And then the next morning she has to have breakfast with the king and queen, her future in-laws, and her husband, because he's decided to not go on the trip, and then they have to go and do all these things, and they have to have royal engagements, etc.
So much plot. Like, if you followed all of that, I'm very impressed.
It's thick. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, and one of the best scenes is that when Baker Vanessa is pretending to be Princess Vanessa, she goes to an orphanage with the Prince of Belgravia.
Yes.
And they meet all the orphans. She speaks to the orphans, and she shows them like what a big heart she is, and says that the royal family should do more. The woman who runs the orphanage is Scottish.
For some reason.
Yeah, she should also be in A Castle for Christmas, to be fair.
Maybe she is.
But she's Scottish, as all women who run orphanages are.
Yes.
And
which then birthed
our character, Gerta McMurder,
in The Fit Prince, who is the Scottish woman who runs the orphanage.
Because after seeing this film, that character very much like wormed her way into our vocabulary and our lives, and we kept on like quoting her, but we sort of made up the quotes. We still quote someone if you make it up.
We basically just walk around a lot saying orphanage.
Yeah, orphanage, and what she does in her orphanage, how she's trying her best to look after the kids, but it's not going so well, and like, you know, how they have to eat mud for lunch and stuff. Which
then, yes, you say birthed Gerta McMurder. We should also, I just want to give a shout out to Nick Sagar, who plays Kevin, hot Kevin.
Yeah.
He knows exactly how attractive he is. And
He's also a baker, and he's
a
shirtless,
single
and he has
dad.
he's a dad baker. He's a single
Ripped.
dad baker who's so ripped. Like, there's no rhyme or reason for that to be the case, but we are very grateful that it is. Thank you from all the gays.
So we've met 2 Vanessas in the first film.
Yes, because importantly, there is, of course, in the sequel, Princess Switch switched again. A third Vanessa entering the story.
An evil Vanessa. And this is what Linus means with Vanessa playing herself in various different ways. I urge you, for all the silliness and camera this movie is, I urge you to watch it because I genuinely believe it is an acting masterclass from Vanessa Hudgens, because every version of herself is clearly defined and different from the other. And not only that, you can tell when she's playing a version of herself playing the other one.
This is basically like
so smart.
Orphan Black, but camp and Christmassy.
Never seen Orphan Black.
Oh, it's great, and it's also such a good performance.
But now I don't need to.
Very much that, because in the sequel, Lady Fiona Clara Karen Pembroke, who is Margaret's cousin, enters the story, and she is great.
She's also Brit-ish.
Yeah, but different.
Different
equally
British.
Posh, but just evil British.
Cosy.
Yeah.
She says a lot because she's obviously Margaret Delacour's cousin.
I've got a Prezi.
Prezi for my cosy. And she brings a bit of Lou roll in, doesn't she?
She's a bit
what's
evil. Which I feel like let's not give away too much. But in the second film, we actually have cameo appearances from Rose McIver and Ben Lamb as the Queen and Kings of Aldovia
from A Christmas Prince.
So that's another little fun thing to look out for in the second one. In the third one, A Christmas Prince. No, wrong film. In the third one,
The Princess Switch 3, Romancing the Star.
The main villain in that film is an actor called Will Kemp, and this is quite fun for us because when I first moved to London, one of my first retail jobs, I was working with this wonderful woman in her early 60s called Rosie Kemp, and obviously, like, I feel like when you're the young gay man in a workplace and there's like an older woman there,
older women just gravitate towards you.
Yeah, like we are like bonded for life. And we were best friends there, which was really funny. I would go and dog walk with her sometimes. But anyway, Will Kemp is her son. So to have her son be part of these films as the villain is also great. And the third one is also the first 2 are kind of like Christmas films, but they're a bit of spin, a bit of adventure, a bit of twist and confusion. The third one is a full-on spy film.
Oh, it is, and it's abject chaos.
Yeah, and it's great.
There's so many characters, there's so much going on, there's so many locations, to the point where you're watching it and you're like, I'm trying my best to keep up, but there's so many different versions of Vanessa. I mean this is a good thing. They have thrown the kitchen sink at this film, and there's still budget. They're not playing. These are extravagant films.
I mean, for what they are.
Yeah.
And they are great. And I really, really want this to continue, because now it's actually been years since Vanessa released a Christmas film.
We're
and
long
we need
overdue.
you, Vanessa.
Yep. Please,
I know
Vanessa.
You're pregnant or having babies and stuff most of the time.
Vanessa, if you're watching this or listening to this, and we assume you are.
Yeah, you must be. Come on our podcast. But also,
make more
please
Christmas
films. And I really want a sequel to this.
Yes, please. We're long overdue.
And I think we need a 4th Vanessa introduced in this next sequel.
Yep.
We switched again.
The musical.
Tokyo Drift. And I'm actually wearing, if you are watching this on YouTube or
other streaming platforms,
I am wearing a t-shirt that has 3 Vanessa
Turn towards your
drawings
camera.
on it. My camera is this
there.
one. Hello, 3 Vanessas.
And he has another one that has 2 Vanessas on it. They were Christmas birthday presents that I got him.
You can't have too many Vanessas. And
no such thing.
We obviously celebrate Vanessa Hudgens in our show as well.
Yes, we do. There's a character called Vanessa Hudgens, and I think it's, as you've just said, you can't have enough Vanessa Hudgens. That handily leads us on to our film at number 2, which is another Queen of Christmas herself, Vanessa Hudgens movie from 2019, The Night Before Christmas. This is one of my favorite, not only Christmas films of all time, but one of my favorite films of all time. Stars Vanessa Hudgens and Josh Whitehouse, who also appears, as we said earlier, in our show, The Fit Prince, playing Simon from Norwich. And of course, his character in The Night Before Christmas is from Norwich. Sir Cole.
From Norwich. And Circle, that is that's a fun name, which they don't actually make a thing of.
No.
Which is also which I kind of makes it even better.
So we should give a brief layout of actually what happens.
We should. I think it's funny that Vanessa's character in The Night Before Christmas, is called Brooke, We had Brooke Shields.
So we did.
And number 4, obviously.
Yep.
We have so many Vanessas. It's just funny. Like the film starts in Norwich, as all good films should.
Absolutely.
Fictional city of Norwich, England.
In what the...
in the 1300s.
Yes, 14th century, I believe.
And we see Josh Whitehouse, the beautiful so-called, and they're wearing armor that does not really look like armor. Like RuPaul and Michelle Visage would call it costumey if they were on Drag Race. But, we buy it. And they go out horse riding. Sir Cole bumps into this woman he calls Old Crone.
Old Crone. That's all she's known as.
Yeah, I love Old Crone.
She's such a diva.
And I think she's kind of this magical character that exists in a lot of these films, who's like, there's a similar one in The Princess Switch as well.
And An Irish Wish.
Yeah.
Like, do this thing or you won't be able to do the future things.
Anyway, she somehow sends her to America in modern day.
Sends him to America, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he appears on like a Christmas fair dressed in his armor.
Because he's tasked to find his mission.
His quest is to be a true knight.
Yes.
And he has to become a true knight.
So she sends him, obviously, as all true knights should be sent to, away from Norwich to modern day United States of America.
And he must fulfill his quest by midnight on Christmas Eve. Because that's the deadline most people send.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever I've worked, they were like, can you please do this before midnight on Christmas Eve? But that seems to be the case in these films.
Yep.
And we love them for it. But he ends up in Bracebridge in Ohio in 2019, because that's the modern day. Yep. So at least it was pre-COVID times.
Oh my God.
I mean, the problem is
he would not have been able to cope.
He will have to cope, because, spoiler, he does stay on after the film ends.
That's true.
So if Christmas 2019, he would not have a single vaccine. He would be gone.
I mean, it's amazing that he landed in the middle of the US in winter without any vaccines anyway and survived the 2 days that he was there.
Well, maybe that's why there wasn't a sequel. They were like, oh, anyway.
He immediately died.
I really hope not.
But so he lands in this Christmas market, and who should he find at the Christmas market?
By Vanessa Hudgens.
Vanessa Hudgens.
Because I feel like most people are Vanessa Hudgens are on Christmas time if you watch a Netflix film. So obviously bumps into Vanessa Hudgens, who is here a teacher called Brooke.
Yes.
And she is very kind and
understanding of this man who she assumes and everyone else assumes is kind of mentally unwell, because he's like, I'm a knight from the 1400s. So they're like, oh, you're stuck in character.
They think he's
from
just
working
had
at the
like
Christmas market.
memory loss. They think he's just had memory loss. So they're like, oh, he doesn't really know where he is or where he needs to go.
The police are like, oh, it's okay, we'll put him in jail. And she's like,
no, not at Christmas. So she takes him
Let
home.
me take this hot man back to my house, a single woman living alone.
If you find a man walking around in armor with a sword,
a literal
weapon,
sword,
and you're like, oh, he's confused, he doesn't know where he is. I'm going to put him in
hot.
my house.
But she doesn't put him in her actual house. She puts him in her guest house, because obviously Vanessa Hudgens, single woman living alone, lives in this beautiful big house and has a separate guest house on a teacher's salary. So she puts him in there and she introduces him to modern things.
And he watches the TV and seems to catch up with modern language after one night.
Yes, the box that makes merry is what he calls the television.
Yeah.
And she says oh, you can just you can play music or whatever. You just speak to the Alexa, and she's got an Alexa smart assistant on the desk, and obviously she shows him how to use it, but Alexa, play Christmas music or whatever, and he's very entranced by that. But he's a knight from the 14th century, so he's very polite, so he always addresses her as
Lady Alexa play.
Lady Alexa play. Which again has entered our vocabulary, and I say that to my own smart speaker often, despite it not being an Amazon branded one. Vanessa Hudgens comes in the next morning and he's like, oh, Lady Alexa play wouldn't be quiet, so I banished her to the winter. And what that means is he put her in the freezer. So this man froze her expensive Home Assistant machine, and she's still like, oh, it's okay, he's cute, because she gives him a towel and he goes and takes a shower. And then we see shirtless Sir Cole walk back into the living room, and Vanessa Hudgens
and we got the same shirtless man in our show.
Josh Whitehouse also appears shirtless in our show, The Fit Prince.
And I do think, what really makes this film work and makes it special, I mean, it's stupid and smart equally, and it's knowing, and it knows what it's doing, and it's really joyful, and also they are both so charming and have real chemistry between them. You really feel the love and the tension between them, and they are both great actors and also really charming. Vanessa is so good at doing these films because she has that natural charm, and they're both really pretty as well.
I think it is a brilliantly executed Christmas film.
The best Christmas film of all time. I will not take any questions, any arguments on this. It is, of course, Dolly Parton's Christmas on the Square.
Released in 2020 on Netflix, it stars Dolly Parton.
The year we all needed the most.
Yes.
She came with a Christmas film that is so ridiculous, so weird, and so wonderful.
And it stars her, it stars Christine Baranski, Jennifer Lewis, Treat Williams.
It's like the
there's
cast
so much
is kind of
going
like
on.
gay rights. Like it's kind of like
For a devoutly Christian film, it's very gay rights.
Extremely Christian, and it also has like intense dancing all the time. People are dancing and throwing themselves around whatever's happening, even when the song is not calling for it.
It opens with this almost unreadably bad gold font on a very colourful Christmas town background, and right from the get-go, you're like, okay, we're like in for it. We then meet Dolly Parton as a homeless woman being lit from such a bizarre angle that it's very clear she was not in the same bit of the set as everybody else, and she looks far too good for a woman who's supposedly been living on the streets. And she asks for change. She's shaking a box for change, but she never
she's not
shakes it.
asking for money.
No, exactly. She never shakes it in a way that would allow anyone to put money into that box.
No, but she's asking for actual
yes,
change.
from Christine Baranski.
Because Christine Baranski is kind of the Scrooge of the story.
Yeah.
She drives into this town that she owns and she's going to sell it.
Gotta get out of this town.
She's agreed to sell it to the Cheetah Mall.
Cheetah Mall conglomerate. And they're going to turn it into the biggest mall in Middle America.
And she walks into all of these little shops and to the people who lives in the town. And they say things to her like, oh, I haven't seen you
Since your father's funeral
6
months ago.
Like the exposition is heavy.
It is punching you in the face.
But I think that just adds to it. Like the writing is so interesting.
Yes.
And I mean, it is so, and it's like, it's all these things. Like the pastor, who's one of the main character,
Yep.
he's called Christian.
Pastor Christian, yep. And him and his wife can't have children, and they're running
So they're a barren couple, but they run a
children's
kids'
clothing
clothes
store. Obviously.
Yeah, but luckily, I mean, spoiler, but towards the end, Dolly Parton blows some like sparkle, which I assume is like some like angel sperm,
Glittery sperm.
and just like inseminates the woman. So I guess the woman is having Dolly Parton's baby. Which is so weird. There's like
Jennifer Lewis is there playing the first female mayor of where they live.
Fullerville.
Fullerville, yes.
Yeah, Fullerville. And she runs a hair salon.
Yep.
With two gay men who are just dancing, spinning around.
They're too busy
constantly.
voguing to do any actual
Yeah.
work.
They just scream. And they're also the kind of like gay stereotypes that, you know.
hate.
No.
There's also a really crucial moment in this
Don't
film.
say that.
There's also a really crucial moment in this film where a young girl whose father runs the local tavern, she ends up in hospital because her and her dad were driving along to visit her mother's grave, as they do every Christmas, to lay some flowers there. And Christine Baranski, in an indirect way, kind of killed this girl's mum. She didn't, but she kind of did.
Her decisions did.
And the dad and the daughter are in a car crash on the bridge, which somehow everybody saw, and they all turn up at the hospital at the same time, being like, we saw the crash, it was awful, oh my God. And the father's okay, but the child is unconscious. She gets rushed into hospital. And so it's all quite dramatic. And then, so something else you need to know. Dolly Parton's actually playing an angel. And Christine Baranski's PA is also an angel, and they're trying to get her to become good so that Christine Baranski's PA angel can get her angel wings, because she's stuck on Earth until she can do that.
I think that's too much detail for just telling the story.
Regardless,
Dolly Parton is an angel, is all you need to
the
know.
daughter goes into hospital. We then cut to the back of the ambulance, at which Dolly Parton and PA angel are sitting. And what does Dolly say, Linus?
Felicity. Dolly says, it's all coming together.
It's all going according to plan.
Yeah.
Like, she has plotted this girl to be in a car crash so that Christine Baranski can feel bad. And then the dad of the daughter sings a song to the daughter. And rather than being like, you're going to get through this, we're here together, the song is literally, if you've got to die to go be with your mum, it's okay.
Yeah, he
Just
says that
die.
to her. Like, you don't say that to your 8-year-old daughter. That's what you say to like your 96-year-old grandma who's lived a full life.
Yeah, like,
you
great,
don't say
turn
that
the
to your
machine off.
8-year-old
Yeah.
daughter.
No.
And like,
thankfully,
that is,
she lives.
Yes, yeah. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be very Christmassy of Dolly to kill an 8-year-old in her film.
You've written one of my favourite lines ever from this film down in these notes. I really want you to read it and explain the context of it.
Well, I will, but I would just say, like, speaking about Jennifer Lewis, who like eats up every moment she's in.
Yes.
Obviously, she's wonderful. She has a line we quote all the time. She did.
She did. Yeah,
When she
she
sort of
did.
like agrees without having actually like any knowledge of like there's no way her character could know what she's agreeing to. Anyway,
she did.
But in the show, as you mentioned, she is not only does she run a salon, she's also the first female mayor of Fullerville, which isn't a plot point and isn't relevant at all. It's just referenced a few times that she likes saying that. And I kind of feel like maybe when like this script was passed to Jennifer Lewis, she's like, oh, I don't want to be like, the sassy black woman who just runs a hairdresser, which valid. And they're like, oh, but she's not just a hairdresser. She's also the first female mayor.
Oh, that's such a
And I feel like they just added that later on, which doesn't have like, any relevance to anything in the plot.
But it absolutely gets Jennifer signed on.
Yeah.
I think you are absolutely correct.
I mean, the thing is, if Dolly Parton asked anyone to be in the film, they probably would say yes anyway. But I just feel like that could be the case. I think your favorite line is, "Do you want to be Felicity?" And I'll be Dolly Parton.
Oh, okay. That's not my favorite line, but go on. We can do that bit. So Felicity is walking into the kitchen. Dolly Parton is standing there unexpectedly, and Felicity goes, "Good heavens!"
Yes, they are.
Terrible. But my actual favorite line is the one you've got written just below that, which is when Christine Baranski has had her like.
Oh yeah. Well, we can't
moment.
say, we can't spoil that Scrooge becomes good.
Oh, who would have thought?
But they have a
moment which we won't reveal.
Very Christian.
Yep.
Throughout, and she says this line because there's been some like stuff. There's been some stuff written in the Bible that reveals very big things.
Yeah.
And she says, "It's written in the Bible, so it must be true."
Stunning.
And I do love that logic. Like, as soon as something is written in the Bible, even if in this case it's something that would actually change the lives massively for the people involved, if it's in a Bible,
it must be true.
Yeah. Even if it's written by a biro.
It's written in a biro, in a Bible.
Yeah.
So we watched this film during 2020 when it was released, during the first COVID Christmas, and that was quite depressing for everyone. And we got so much joy from this film, we then immediately watched it again the next day.
Yeah, and that is, like, in the 11 years we've been together, and in my entire adult life, that's only happened that's only happened twice, that we watched a film and then felt the day after we need to watch it again. And this film was just so magical. Do you know which other film we did that with?
Is it Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar?
Barb and Star Goes to Vista Del Mar. Also, such an incredible
Not a
film.
Christmas film.
I do think that film is more knowing in what it's doing, because I feel like part of the charm with Dolly Parton's Christmas on the Square is the earnestness they present everything with.
So genuine.
So it's camp and earnest at the same time, and it just makes it very, very special.
I promise you are going to have the time of your life watching this film. So whatever you are doing, apart from listening to this podcast, drop it, cancel it, get out of the car, leave it on the motorway, and get home and watch it now.
Yeah. But drive carefully. Don't crash into an 8-year-old girl so she has to go into hospital, and Dolly Parton as an angel has to say it's all
coming together. So those are our top 5 Christmas films.
Let us know if you agree with us or not. I mean, we're not gonna change.
We're not doing a follow-up episode, but we'd love to hear from your social media. We're at Awkward Prods. Tell us what your favorite Christmas films are. Tell us what the ones that we have missed,
or which ones we need to see that would be equally camp and fun for us.
Yes, please give us all your recommendations, because we love brain rot and we will watch them.
But now let's dive in to our 5 favorite Christmas songs.
Yes.
There are so many Christmas songs, and there are so many Christmas songs that are great.
I feel very strongly about Christmas music. So we have a couple of dates in November which are significant. So we have Linus's birthday and our engagement anniversary. And then as soon as that is done, for me, I'm full pelt Christmas.
I think this list isn't necessarily the best Christmas songs, but it's the ones that really has the biggest emotional impact on us, I would like to say.
Definitely. And I think there's a lot to be said for Christmas songs, and you are right, you have to kind of space them out and not overdo them. And because there's so many of them, there are always ones that I forget every year. They're like, oh, I didn't listen to this one, didn't listen to that one, and then the next year I will overplay it as a result. So you've got to be careful with your balancing of Christmas songs. But we are starting at number 5 with one of my favourite Christmas songs of all time.
Yeah, this one is all you.
Feliz Navidad by Jose Feliciano. I don't understand anyone who does not immediately love this song. As I was doing some research into this, there was an excellent interview that Jose Feliciano did with The New Yorker in 2020, which was the 50th anniversary of that song, which he broke down kind of how it was all created. He said it was written in 10 minutes. There are 19 words in this song. He said, quote,
19 words.
That's why it's the simplest song ever written. 19 words to it. I wanted a song that belonged to the masses. If you know where your song is going to go, you don't have to fuck around with it too much. I used to say to myself, joke 'em if they can't take a fuck. What a guy.
Great.
And it's also the only time you'll catch me speaking Spanish because I don't do other
that's
languages and I'm
true.
not very good at it. But there's
Muy
something
bien.
innately singable about Feliz Navidad, Prospero Año y Felicidad, which means Merry Christmas, a prosperous New Year, and happiness. He wrote it when he was feeling homesick away from his family.
And that's all you want in life.
I want to
isn't
wish
it?
you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. And it's so joyous, and the brass and the guitar in it is beautiful. There was a YouTube comment that I read when I was listening through to it before we recorded the episode, which was along the lines of, unlike most modern Christmas themed songs, I genuinely believe this man wants to wish me a Merry Christmas. And it is there's so much heart behind it. Even if he wrote it and recorded it in 10 minutes, like he is going for it. Jose wants you to have a Merry Christmas, and you will. There is no escape.
He means what he's saying.
Absolutely. So I wholeheartedly believe one of the best Christmas songs of all time. So that is our number 5. I highly suggest that as we go through these, we will say who it is, like what the song is and who it is, and then maybe pause this, listen to it, come back, have it fresh in your mind so that you can feel the joy of these songs as we break into them.
This is a more modern one, a lot more modern than Feliz Navidad, and it's from a woman who we love.
We adore.
And it's A Nonsense Christmas by Sabrina Carpenter.
A rewrite of her song Nonsense from the album Emails I Can't Send.
I feel like on this list, this song kind of represents like the pop girl list, the modern pop girl list anyway, because there's so many great songs, but we want to make sure we like included loads of different Christmas songs.
Absolutely.
But this one is peak Sabrina Carpenter in that it's really funny, and the jokes she does are really like, you know, either they're actually really funny or they're like quite bad, but wink, wink, nod, nod.
Yeah, it's not
delivered
ham-fisted.
so great that she is. I mean, she's just such a great performer and so funny.
From the second it opens and you hear, it's the holiday remix. Oh, you're like,
it's
okay,
great,
we're
and it
in.
just has you like bopping up and down.
The lyrics are so well considered. They're very silly, very, as Lee says, very wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's from her EP Fruitcake, which she released in 2023 after her 5th album. Can you believe? But it's a Christmas EP, and the whole EP is so good. It opens with A Nonsense Christmas. You then got Buy Me Presents, which is fast becoming one of my favorite Christmas
That
songs
one is really
of all
strong.
time. Santa Doesn't Know You Like I Do, really gorgeous ballad. Cindy Lou Who, same, like so heartbreaking. Is It New Year's Yet? And then closing with a little cover outro of White Christmas. It is so. I genuinely don't think Sabrina Carpenter misses ever.
She's the queen of everything.
Her Christmas special on Netflix we watched last year.
Yeah, exactly. And I want her to make, like, now that because when she released this, she wasn't quite like, you know, pop main girl diva moment like she is now the last couple of years. So I kind of would love her to do like a new,
Another
like maybe just like a few Christmas songs at least.
Yeah.
That would be really fun.
Give us like an album that's a mixture of originals and Christmas covers. Once again,
Yeah.
Sabrina, if you're listening or watching, and I'm sure you are, this is the next project, Diva. You've had a great time. We want more Christmas, please. Think I Only Want You Under the Mistletoe. I Might Change Your Contact. It Has a Huge North Pole.
Yeah.
Stunning opening lines. I Need That Charles Dickens. You be Santa Claus and I'll be Mrs. Take you for a ride, I'll be your vixen. I don't even know I'm talking Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm talking decking all the halls. I'm talking spicing eggnog. I'm talking opposite of small. I'm talking big snowballs. I could give you the whole thing, but then we'll get copyright struck. But I believe it is just spectacularly done.
Thank you, Sabrina, the Mariah Carey of the 2020s.
Ooh.
No, not yet. She exists all year round.
We don't
still.
need to compare women to each other.
No, exactly. We
That's
love them
okay.
both. We love them both.
Speaking of girls that we love, women that we love, number 3 in our. I think about this year round, and I'm always anxious for December to come around so it's acceptable for me to play it. What's our number 3, Linus?
It's Have a Cheeky Christmas by the Cheeky Girls.
Obviously, because what else could it be? The 2003 hit that reached, I discovered today, reached number 10 in the UK charts.
Yeah.
It was a top 10 hit for the Cheeky Girls.
Deserved.
Absolutely
It's so
deserved.
funny. And we used to play this song when we were doing our Christmas run of Gwyneth Goes Skiing. We had this show in the pre-show playlist, playing it like multiple times. We played it every day before the show. And I remember Lauren, our stage manager, said like, I can't take listening to this song again.
Make it stop.
And I feel like it's not the song you necessarily want to have on repeat.
No.
Like, it's really fun and brings a lot of joy, but you don't want to hear it more than once a day, I'd probably say.
It opens with both of the Cheeky Girls just screaming,
Yeah.
It's Christmas!
And it is.
Down the microphone.
It doesn't feel Christmas until they say.
And from the second it
Christmas,
starts.
Christmas, Christmas, yay.
Wow.
Wow, oh
Thank
God,
you.
sorry.
And I need you, dear listener, viewer, if you have not seen the music video for Have a Cheeky Christmas by the Cheeky Girls. Go and watch it right now. It is a masterpiece. They are in gold hot pants. They're sexily grinding on Santa. There's a lot of like very 2003 haircuts on the male dancers. And the pièce de résistance of this music video is that they are dancing sexily around a reindeer and like holding its leash. And you can tell right from the first time this reindeer appears that bitch is not happy to be there. Like, he is raging. And one of the, in fact, I think it might be the penultimate shot of the music video. The reindeer is on its hind legs, rearing up in anger, and you can see the handler of the reindeer stepping out from behind a Christmas tree in the background, trying to get it under control, and the Cheeky Girls like run out of shot, and it is so clearly not staged, but they've been like, fuck it, it's it's going in. And like these two girls are just screaming this song and going through these awful lyrics, and it is high camp, and there's tubular bells throughout it.
And there's the line that you always points out, how they say, "Let us light a Christmas fire."
Light a fire and come with me.
Oh, light a fire
and come with me. Like, light a fire and leave it unattended.
Yeah.
Leave the house.
Come on, Cheeky Girls, that's
not fire
safety. First.
Blow out your candles before you leave home.
I also do love how we've recorded a couple of these episodes before, and in 2 of our 3 Christmas episodes, we are talking about the Cheeky Girls.
So we are.
So that's number 3 of our favorite Christmas songs, meaning we only have 2 left on the list.
Yes.
And in second place, it's the curveball, I'd say.
It is. You won't find it on streaming services yet.
But you will find it on YouTube.
Or in someone's vinyl collection. Ask your dad.
I mean, very unlikely. And if it is, what is your dad's questionable taste?
From 1975, it's Linda Bennett's Old Fashioned Christmas. So just genuinely take a pause, listen to it, come back.
And you need to listen to the lyrics. This is not a song you can just have on in the background.
I don't think it will let you have it on in the background. It demands your attention.
Yeah.
So, have you listened to it? Good.
Well done.
Let's get into it.
I'm sure you loved it.
We discovered this because it started going on TikTok.
Big on TikTok a couple of years ago.
Yeah, 2000.
Your sister played it to your family as well.
We played it to my sister. And then she played it to the family.
That's so true. And she...
Shout out Ruby, sis. Hi.
Was just lying on the sofa laughing as this was playing.
So it's by a woman called Linda Bennett, and I've tried to do some research into this woman, but I can find very little. She seems to have been born in Salt Lake City around 1942. She was an actress, appeared in several movies, released other songs that seem to be lost for time. This song is written by Paul Vance and arranged by Perry Como, who in his own right was an incredibly successful, talented singer, actor, musician, did Magic Moments, did his own Christmas songs. Like, it's got a lot going for it.
Let's talk about the song. So, I mean, as you've heard now, the song is about a mother at home with her kids, waiting for her dad to come home so they can all have a good old-fashioned Christmas together.
Yes, a real old-fashioned
Then there's
Christmas.
this alarm
They're
going
listening
off.
to the radio.
Yeah, and there's this alarm going off on the radio, which also means that this alarm goes off a couple of times in the song, and it makes the song completely unlistenable. Like, it's not like
so
the other
loud.
song that you can have on in the background or you can just like enjoy. It's really unlistenable, and there's this
newsreader
who says that there's been a crash.
Yeah, out of the number 5 bus out of New Haven,
which is the bus that the dad in the family always takes home
every night.
The kids start being worried, what's going to happen, and mom is saying like, "No, everything will be fine. We're going to have a great Christmas together." Then the alarm goes off again, and there's an update from the newsreader,
and there were no survivors.
A full busload on Christmas Eve
slipped on a patch of ice and died.
And I feel like that takes a lot to kill an entire full bus. Like, there's no survivors. So.
And naturally, Linda reacts to this appropriately and measured and considerately by just going, "Oh my God, this just can't happen!"
Valid. I feel like that's valid. And her daughter's first question is, who's going to walk me down the aisle on my wedding day?
And their son's first question is, who's going to buy me toys and take me out to play?
Which I do think is more of a valid question, but like, I don't feel like...
I'm not sure either are valid immediately.
Even if you're a woman who wants to get married, I don't think your first question is, who's going to walk me down the aisle now?
And then, so they say like, oh, like, okay, so dad's definitely dead then. And then the doorbell rings twice. And it's Dad. Dad is home and he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm late. I missed my bus.
And
Help
then
me
they're
with
all
these
really
presents."
happy together, and they sing together how they're going to have a good old-fashioned Christmas. Not considering that probably 100 people has just died
We're
on their
assuming it's a
doorstep
big
in
bus.
there.
Yeah.
And it's not a comedy song.
No.
Like
It's
it's
entirely
done so
sincere.
seriously, which just means a lot of people had to work on this and decide that this is a good idea and
Perry
something you
Como.
do. Yeah.
A very legitimate musician.
And they're like, oh yeah, let's do this Christmas song about a busload of people dying. But at least
But it's going to be a real old-fashioned Christmas. Please go and listen to it if you haven't.
So memorable.
Now, before we reveal the number one, I do want to say we have created playlists both on Spotify and Apple Music that you can get these songs and many, many more that we enjoy over Christmas time from. We will put links in the show notes and all that kind of stuff. It's called A Very Awkward Christmas, and it will go from everything from the beautiful, softer Christmas ballads to things like
Cheeky
Dear
Girls.
Santa, Bring Me a Man This Christmas. Yeah, it will not include old-fashioned Christmas because it's not on
Sadly.
streaming yet.
But we need to get it on streaming. Come on, who has the rights to that? Someone must be able to put it on.
We'll work it out. We'll track it down. So, our number one favorite Christmas song of all time.
It's the best Christmas song of all time.
And you insisted on this one, and I can't disagree with you.
It is so great. And it's pop, and it also gets you emotionally.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you can't sit still. I love this song so much. It's Christmas, brackets, Baby Please Come Home.
Darlene Love. Just serving and slaying and giving all of the emotion, eating and leaving no crumbs.
And you feel like the emotion of like, a baby, please come home.
I adore this song. And I think if we have to remove the person that produced that album and wrote some of those songs, etc., away from it. For
don't know
listeners,
who this is,
look,
but
it's
I
Phil
don't.
Spector. Phil Spector,
Oh,
who
no,
then
but-
went to prison for murder further down the line.
Oh,
So this song is a Christmas classic, and there are many good video essays on YouTube about why this and other Christmas songs like it work so well. But it was released in 1963. I love this song. I love the album that it comes from. When you separate the complicated history of the person who created it, but there's 3 versions of this song that you particularly love, and I think they all deserve a mention within this.
yeah. So obviously the original, Darling Love,
Which
the
is my
original
personal
great.
favorite.
I also think Mariah's version of it is so good, and it's brought back to this 90s pop perfection when she was the pop diva, and it's so good.
It has a real driving beat to it.
Yeah.
Her version. It's really good.
And I think Mariah sings on that album. She sings life, and her life depends on it.
As does Darlene, to be fair.
Yeah,
to her.
yeah, absolutely.
Like, I've
But I
never
feel
heard a woman
that's-
who it's like Darlene Love really wants you to come home.
Yeah.
She that's the only thing she wants, and she lets you know.
But it's nice to have both this older version and this more modern version. And then 2 years ago, we were blessed with another version worthy to parallel the other two.
Yep.
Which is Cher's version from her incredible Christmas album,
Featuring
Darlene Love.
Darlene Love, they reunited,
And they sing them together, and it's these two pop icons just belting.
and it's a beautiful full circle moment because, and not many people know this, Cher is one of the backing vocalists on the original from 1963. So they've come full circle, they've reunited, and there's Darlene is 5 years older, I think, than Cher.
Yeah.
So their voices, they're at a similar point of their vocals, and it is just gorgeous to hear these women singing together.
And they take turns when they go please, please. They both do the alternate please.
They both want you to come home.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, who could say no? Darlene Love and Cher is asking you to
If
come
I
home.
was on the number 5 bus out of New Haven, I'm going to have a real old-fashioned Christmas with Cher and Darlene Love. I'm
Oh.
getting an early bus.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, that bus also had to drive past the crash site of the other number 5 bus.
Presumably, yeah.
Presumably.
And he's like, oh, well, there's 100 dead people. Anyway, time
Merry
for Christmas.
So our number one is,
Anyway.
of course, Christmas Baby Please Come Home. I think it is the archetype of how all good Christmas songs should be done. And it has inspired so many. You hear the inspiration in so many modern day Christmas songs now from that kind of song, from Christmas Baby Please Come Home.
Yeah. And it's also nice when it's festive, but it also has really that emotional core and feels so longing. And,
Authentic.
yeah. And the Cher and Darlene Love version, they have some extra, at the end, some extra, ad-libs of just, them.
Riffing away.
Yeah. And they just go I need you. And it's so good.
And I need them.
I need them so much.
And we need you to have a very Merry Christmas.
We really do.
And we need you to subscribe to the podcast. That's what we need.
Oh, yeah. This is a new adventure for us. And we are going to have guests and talk about things. So if you get tired of our voices, we're going to focus on the guests.
Yeah,
as
don't
well.
worry. There's not nearly as much of us in the next upcoming episodes.
And please
Tell your
subscribe,
friends.
tell people, I don't know, listen daily.
As you can tell, this is fairly new to us. So we're vibing it out as we go along. But, you know, as two cis white men who love the sound of our own voice, it's only right we launch a podcast. And if you are at all familiar with our work, you'll know, as we said, that how we adore pop culture like nothing else. And we have some really silly, fun, stupid guests coming
We
up.
have people whose work we love and admire, some of whom we've admired for decades, who are going to be on the podcast with us, which we are so excited about.
So we have 2 more episodes for you this Christmas. So please subscribe and tell your friends. You can reach us on social media at Awkward Prods.
And get in touch, because obviously these are our favorite Christmas favorites. What are your Christmas favorites? We also want to know, are there any songs we've missed? Are there any songs that needs justice? Are there any camp classics or any, like, you know, songs about buses
Crashing out of New Haven.
that we also need to be aware about and have on our radar? Then
Give us the
please
whole
let us
album.
know. And if you're in London, why not come and join us for the
The
Fit
Fit Prince,
Prince?
who get switched on the square in the Frosty Castle the night before insert public holiday here at the King's Head Theatre in Angel until January the 3rd.
If you listen this far, you either love Christmas, you love Christmas films, or you're gay, or a combination of the three.
Or some sort of button has stopped working to turn it off.
That could also be the reason. So if that's the case, I feel like you'd enjoy that show.
Thank you so much for being with us all the way to the end of this.
And in the words of JLS, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I was going to start the episode with that and I completely forgot. Let's do it again. Thanks for listening. Merry Christmas.